Everybody, it's Ken's Talks review of the iTunes Top 100 chart and more. So many cool things going on podcast wise, and I'm loving this file, and you should check it out if you're looking for new podcasts on iTunes. This is a great way to look around and browse. I'm going to set up all these links in here, so that we'll have links to all these pods too, so you can just click on them too and connect everything. It's so cool. Anyway. So looked at the last couple days. It's been a couple days since I updated this. So NBR and Visibilia, when I look at my cumulative SPRAP score rankings for all this, is slowly catching up here. I mean, if you took away the last couple days, you can see this has continued to be at number one. And the I have a bunch of this stuff in here. This is like the total score. It was at like 55% or so, and you start including the last few days, and you see that you're really Invisibilia is catching Serial, and if they keep this up, that's going to be the top podcast of 2015. Now, a lot of these are NPR type spin-offs or related to NPR in some way, and 1, 2, 3. Not really, but kind of. It still has backed from a regular radio, you know. Then you have Dan Carlin. I listen to his. He's highly produced. This guy is a broadcaster. He sounds really good. A storyteller. I liked it. I mean, you got to be in the mood to learn a story about history, I guess, but still, very good stuff. I understand why he's up here really at number 5 overall for the year. These are great. I love the TED Radio Hour podcast. If you want to learn something, they're great. I haven't checked out Freakonomics lately. I will check them out just to see if they really deserve to be up here. But also that in a way connects to some of the NPR stuff, right? NPR. I mean, this is all 8 of the top. That's within the top 20 there. So anyway, the Robcast. I checked that out. That was a spiritual type thing. I believe, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, the guy had a nice voice. He sounded like a nice guy. But when you start talking about Jeebus, it's only so much I can. I want answers. I want answers, and Jesus hasn't provided them in 2,000 years. So. Stuff you should know. Those guys are good. Allison Rosen, she's still up here. She's at 3% now. Her ranking, where is she? That's going to go away. It's an anomaly right now. She's at 35. Yeah, she's getting back down. Actually, is Adam above her now? I think Adam's at 32 right now. Yeah. I know this is not really in order because it's doing an order of the average over the 2 days. So he finally caught her here on the 16th. She was ahead. It flipped. She's finally going down after he ruled that his staff members can't go and perform a podcast with her on Thursdays. That was a good move for him. He didn't want them talking. He didn't want them feeding her any more material. Anyway, so I'll check out Neil deGrasse Tyson. Does Michio Kaku do a podcast? I would listen to that. Well, anyway, on this list, which you don't see, is you don't see Ken's Talk. But you are going to see Ken's Talk soon, because guess what happened? Ken's Talk has a feed now. Ken's Talk has a feed now on iTunes. You want to see what it is? Okay, let's do it. It's right here. I'll post it. I'll link in the description. Good, this updated. I have 2 episodes, and the publishers, I believe they don't give you data on how many downloads or subscribers you have. That sucks. I'd like to get that. But if I can't, it doesn't matter, because Ken's Talk's going in the wild, so get ready for Ken's Talk to be coming into this list sometime. I can't wait. Because I'm definitely better than some of these pods. That I know. So I can't wait. We're going to be up to number 1 someday. So, anything else I listened to for the last couple days? I did. but I can't see. I haven't listened to Chris Hardwick in a while. Startup. Oh yeah, I listened to Science Friday. I finally got onto some Science Friday. And Science Friday does something interesting. I'd like to check out Science Friday, now that we mention it. Science Friday, Sci-Fi with Ira Flato. He ends up, they break out all the different segments of the show and release them as individual podcasts. And I wasn't sure how I thought about that, but after listening to it today and using the title to filter, I would like to say that I think it's a fantastic thing to do. Because, as you can see here, I was wondering if it picks up on Fridays. Is that right? Let's see, when was the last Friday? The 16th? Yeah, look at that. It's Friday, Friday, Friday. It does, you would think, I like, because I like checking out Monday Morning Podcast with Bill Burr, which is also great. And it's cool because 3% range. It's cool the way they break out their podcasts on their show, because you can just pick and choose, and I like that way of sorting and filtering, having 15-minute segments as opposed to listening to a whole hour. And I like what he does there. So I would leave that on my list. I'm still on a subscription with Sci-Fi, but sometimes they're really dry, but sometimes they're excellent. So it's worth the hits to accept the misses too with that. Is there anything else I want to check? I think that Kevin Smith has exhausted my... Oh yeah, Serial's got to release a season 2 and keep it up, because they're going to drop off the number 1 eventually. I'll check out Bill Maher. Bill Maher hanging out. Interesting. I wonder if something happened here with Muslim stuff. Charlie Hebdo. When is this? The 10th? That might be right. I bet you can track news and stuff with this. I had somebody comment on Reddit how you could be able to predict hits with this, and I think you can. I want to find a news podcast. I want to have half hour, 20 minutes, half hour a day. Like, is this it? Is my global news, is that the one I want? Pretty consistent, 2 to 3. Is that the best on here? I don't really know. Frontline Audiocast has only shown up a couple times here on the 12th and on the 11th, and it dropped off. Really, see how fun this is? This is like it's like a digital TV guide. I would listen to 60 Minutes every week. That should spike on Sundays only, right? 1.5. Yeah, that's a Monday. It's spiking on a Monday. Monday. Sunday was the 4th, right? Cool. Alright, so anyway, what do I have to listen to next? Well, we go down the list every day. Yes. Alright, fine, I'll listen to one of those. Yes, I haven't listened to this, and this is, look at that, up to 6th? Are they taking off on Serial? What are they doing here? Alright, I'll check that out. I'll listen to 5 minutes of this just to make sure it's the exact same thing I've heard on the radio. Terry Gross, I'll look you over. That's about where I'll stop. It's already there. Oh, I listened to the Moth. Sorry, I'll mention the Moth. Moth was awesome. Came out of nowhere. I had no idea. It's like people telling stories, but there's a science tint to them, and I was compelled. They had me listen to a gay guy talk about his bar mitzvah. That's how compelling it was. That I was like, whatever. It was great, and I understand why it's up there now. So I got a subscription and a thumbs up on the Moth. Yeah. All right. Ken Stocks out.